This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our three finalists. From 10,000 years in the future equals Peach. From Kansas, Scott Sephy McVeigh. And from Pennsylvania, Elliott Schiff. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Professor CC19. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the finals here on this season 2 of our MVG Productions Jeopardy tournament. So far, this season has produced 3 very exciting and high-scoring games, and it has brought about our 3 finalists: Elliott, our returning champion from last season; Sephy, and he played his very first game this season and won it; Peach. 3 incredible players that account for a combined 85 correct responses over the first 3 games of our season. So we hope that this game will be equally as close, exciting, and remember, this is only game 1 of a 2-day total point affair. Keep that in mind with any wagers or strategies that come up along the way. Good luck to all 3 of you, and let's get started in the Jeopardy round. As we refill the board, there is one daily double hiding among these categories. Shakespeare really isn't for kids. Then we have unique letter words. These are going to be words at least 10 letters long, but do not have any repeating letters. Each letter in it appears only once. Then it's a variety of vehicles, a faulty category. We'll take a trip to Center State, and finally, typical teenagers. By virtue of the highest score in the first round, Elliott, you're picking first and here in our finals.
All right, unique letter words, 200.
12 letters. Whether in sports, writing, or other tasks, this term describes someone who can use both their hands equally well. Elliott.
What is ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous, no repeat letters at all. Well done.
All right, words, 400.
11 letters. Rand Paul, Chuck Grassley, and Tim Scott, to name a few examples. It was Republicans. All 3 of those are Republicans.
Oh,
and it does not repeat any letters, surprisingly. Elliott, back to you.
Words for 6.
11 letters. From the Latin for to throw and speech, this vocal/comedic performing art led both Terry Fader and Darcy Lynn to AGT championships. Elliott.
What is ventriloquism?
Sorry, no. Sephy?
Was ventriloquist?
Also incorrect. Peach? Nope. Okay. You were both close. It was the performing art itself, ventriloquy. Yeah, both of the other ones, ventriloquism is too many. Yeah, both the others were just too many letters. Anyway, back to Elliott.
Center State for 400.
Center State. You will need to give us the state. We are giving you the exact center geographically of it. 20 miles southwest of Jefferson City. Peach.
What is Missouri?
That is correct. You're the only one with money now.
Center State for 1,000.
Yavapai County, which includes Prescott National Forest. Prescott, because it's in Arizona. Back to Peach.
800 Center State.
In Rutland, in Worcester County. Peach.
What is Massachusetts?
Worcester, you're correct. It is Massachusetts.
Okay. Unique letter words for 8.
All right, we're going to try that again. 12 letters. Someone suffering from a lack of proper nutrition, often seen in famine-stricken regions, could be described as this. Sephy.
What is malnourished?
Very well done for 800. You're out of the hole.
Okay. Well, let's just finish that category for 1,000 for your words.
Okay. 12 letters. A type of party celebrating one's arrival to a new residence or neighborhood. Sephy.
What is housewarming?
Nicely done for 1,000. I thought that was
Very
one of the
good.
trickier categories. You all handled it well there at the end.
Okay. Center State 600.
In Avoyelles Parish, southeast of Marksville. Peach.
What is Louisiana?
Parish being the clue. That is correct.
Let's try typical teenagers for 600.
In 2016, a British 15-year-old got $250,000 for winning a new race of these remote-controlled craft around a track. Sephy.
What are drones?
He was a drone racer. That is correct.
Okay. Teenagers 4.
This Shoshone teen was an asset in many ways for Lewis and Clark, including finding edible plants during the journey. Peach.
Who is Sacagawea?
You got it.
Faulty category for 800.
Answer there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Our first daily double, the only one in this round. You and Sephy have been going back and forth for the lead over these past few clues. You currently hold a $400 lead. What would you like to wager?
600.
Only 600. Okay. Not quite sure what this category is about yet. Here's your clue. In John 18:38, he says of Jesus, I find in him no fault at all.
Who is Pontius Pilate?
Maybe wishing you bet a little bit more. You are correct. It was Pontius Pilate.
Faulty category for 600 for real.
All right. A deja vu, perhaps? Cystic fibrosis is caused by a defective one of these hereditary bits of information found on a chromosome. Both parents need to have the faulty one to pass the condition on to a child. Elliott.
What is a gene?
Gene is correct.
Faulty 1,000.
Welcome to the new age. My fault was on this band's album, Continued Silence. Peach.
Who is Imagine Dragons?
Welcome to the new age, yep. I'm not good at singing, but you are correct.
You did your best.
Did I?
Shakespeare for 800.
This play gets a huge body count, all because Cassio got the promotion the villain desired. We're lagging so much the sound effect's not working, but yeah, that was Othello, the villain in that being Iago. All right, we are 15 clues into the round. We're glad to see everyone on the plus side now, and we're going to take our first commercial break. We'll be back to chat with our contestants right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Jeopardy! We're halfway through the first round, and that means we get a chance to talk to our contestants, our finalists, if I'd be more specific. Let's start with Equals Peach. You're from 10,000 years in the future, as we discussed last time. Tell me, what is it about this current time period that caused you to travel here, or was it not on purpose?
It was definitely not of my own volition. I just simply have no way to go back that far.
Do you know how exactly you wound up here? Like what caused it?
I don't know. Yeah, I
What's
really
the
don't know.
What is the most attractive thing that you have found in this time period? If there's anything that would make you want to stay, what is it?
Video games. That's pretty much it. I would
Yeah.
want to say sports, but we don't talk about that.
9 points. 9 points. 9 points. 9 points.
Do they not have video games 10,000 years in the future? What did they get
All,
replaced with?
all they have is turf war. All they do is like battle over what color to paint the floor. Thank goodness the ink is all completely soluble.
So it's Splatoon 3, but or Splatoon and then just in real life, really?
Pretty much.
That's what we came to. Okay. Well, we wish you, Peach, and the plums below your name, good luck in the rest of this finals. You're doing well so far in game one. Now we come to Scott Sephy McVeigh, our season one champion. How are you feeling going into this match? You had an absolutely incredible first game of the season to return. But how are you feeling right now?
Pretty good. A little nervous because I got two really good players next on each side of myself right now.
Well, you faced a pair of great opponents in the first season finale as well. I've been considering the idea of doing a Jeopardy Masters, and I know 5 people that I would definitely be including in that. The six would be up in the air. But yeah, last thing, you won $75,000 from season one. What is the first thing you did with that money?
Well, let's see. What I did was I actually tried to establish a little college fund for my two grandchildren here, so that's a pretty nice little thing there.
Brixton
And of
and
course,
Emerson, if I'm correct.
I got Emerson and Brixton, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, college has certainly never gotten cheaper over all the years, and you're already guaranteed 25,000 for making it to the finals. So, more dollars for their great life. Good luck.
There you go. Thank you.
My fellow Pennsylvanian, Elliott Schiff.
Hello.
Call it a grudge match. You faced Sephy in game one of last season in the quarterfinals, semifinals, whatever you want to call them, and Sephy won in a runaway. This season, you're standing in the champion's podium next to him. How are you feeling here in the finals?
Like we said before, all three of us are good players. It basically comes down to a buzzer race at this point.
Was a race, maybe which categories break a certain way. Um, there's of course $100,000 on the line for this tournament as well. I didn't ask Peach because I know he's going to just invest in the technology to try and figure out how to get to 10,000 years in the future. But what would you do with some of the money if you won 100,000?
Well, every time someone Googles my house, this big red pointer lands right in my backyard. I got dozens of these things. I need a place to put them.
All the point, all the pointers.
Every time someone goes to my house with these huge 50-foot pointers, right, it's in my backyard. Got one somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's a new one. I never thought to do that. Um, anyway, well, once again, guaranteed, all three of you guaranteed at least 25 grand. Let's continue on with game one of the finals. We'll get a chance to talk to you again next time. And right now, who's in control of the board? Peach? I think it's Peach. Or is it Elliott? No,
He's got the dot. He's got the dot underneath him. Look at the
I got
dot.
the dot. He's got the dot.
I am losing my mind. It's been a long day. It's Peach. I was right the first time. Pick, please.
Okay, Shakespeare still isn't really for kids for 600. Let's find out why. Again.
Thank you for helping me. 2 lines back to back in this play. Regan, hang him instantly. Goneril, pluck out his eyes. Enough said. Yeah, the sound effect just did not happen at all. Well, we know why it's not for kids, but the play was King Lear. Back to Peach.
400 on why Shakespeare is really for kids once again.
In this play, why does a friar have a potion that can simulate death? Sephy?
What is Romeo and Juliet?
We still to this day don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah. Shakespeare 200.
This tragedy has it all. Poison in the ear, on a sword, and in some wine, and the title guy giving his royal mom advice about her sex life. Elliott,
What is Hamlet?
with a .111. How very satisfying. And yeah, I got to say all those things on Jeopardy.
All right, vehicles for 1,000.
This Tesla load-hauling vehicle has invited DeLorean comparisons with its angular stainless steel body. Peach.
What's the Cybertruck?
A Tesla Cybertruck for 1,000 and a .03. Well done.
Vehicles for 8, please.
The Arctic Cat brand of these recreational vehicles has been made in Minnesota for over 50 years. Sephy,
What's a snowmobile?
you are correct. And I'm continuing on the buzzer race here. All three of you were between .2 and .3 of a second. All
Dang.
three.
Okay, vehicle 600.
Ragtop is slang for this type of car. Elliott,
What is a convertible?
that is correct. Giving me more things to talk about. .005. Yep.
Vehicles 400.
I will shut up now. Hit the sand for some fun in one of these vehicles named for a hill of sand. Peach.
What's a dune buggy?
A dune buggy. And Dune, one of my favorite movies as well.
Finish off Shakespeare before we get canceled.
Yeah, probably. 3 creepy ladies say a guy'll be king, so he has to kill the top dog and order a hit on his pal in this play. Question mark. Now that's just messed up. Peach.
What is Macbeth?
That is correct for 1,000. Well done.
Teenagers for $1,000.
James Dean wasn't, but Natalie Wood, Sal Mineo, and Dennis Hopper were still teens when they acted in this film. Each again.
What is Rebel Without a Cause?
Excellent movie, very sad movie, though. You are correct.
800 teenagers.
He was just 18 when he joined Brother Frank and the Younger Gang to rob his first bank in 1866. Sephy,
Who's Jesse James?
you got it.
All right, teenagers too.
Finishing that off. Teen Emperor. Oh my. I did not practice this name enough. Teen Emperor Elagabalus forced all important Romans to worship Elagabal, a god of this celestial body. Elliott,
What is the sun?
that is correct. I'm never saying that name again.
All right, vehicles 200.
A pumper is this type of emergency vehicle. Sephy?
What's a fire truck?
Shiny red fire truck. Any other color is just wrong.
Ah,
All right.
fire truck.
Center State too.
In this state, it's 18 miles southeast of Macon. Sephy?
What is Georgia?
Yes, it came to him, and also one letter off of bacon.
Bacon.
All right. Faults 200 for 4. No, it's fault for 4.
400. The
Yeah.
U.S. Tennis Association's suggestion, if you're committing this faux pas, back up a few inches. Remember the category. It's a foot fault.
Okay.
And now
Well,
the last clue for 200. Analysis revealed faulty wiring in an oxygen tank to be the cause of this Apollo mission's crippling explosion. Sephy,
What was Apollo 13?
Very unlucky Apollo 13. As you move up to 4,400, Peach doing well in the lead at 7,200, and Elliott also on the plus side at 1,200. He gets to pick first in the double Jeopardy round. It is anybody's game, and we'll be back right after this. As we return for Double Jeopardy, this is my daily or weekly part of the show to give a shout out to the very strange holiday that is occurring on our day of recording. Today, that is June the 2nd, and the holiday for today is National Egg Day.
Ooh.
Eggs, they became a very precious commodity a few months ago. My favorite use of them is still in cakes. All right, let's get back to the gameplay. 3 great players. Elliott happens to be in 3rd place at the moment, but that can quickly change. There's twice as much money and 2 daily doubles now hiding amongst these categories. Bodies of water, the periodic table, reality shows, religion, and then finally, it was new, it was improved, it was in an infomercial.
Gosh.
In that final category, each correct response will be formed from the letters in infomercial. Alrighty then. Elliott, where do we begin, if I even have to ask?
Periodic table, 800.
That's not what I thought, but okay, here we go. In 1861, rubidium was discovered by Gustav Kirchhoff, and this scientist for whom a burner is named. Elliott,
Who is Bunsen?
that is correct.
Periodic table, 1200.
I'm glad you went to this category first. Very early in the round, perhaps a little too early, but you found it. You have 2,000. You can risk any or all of it to get closer to Sephy.
10 million.
10 million, did you say?
Oh, God.
That's my Jeopardy.
That's not
Yeah.
numbers.
All right,
Not how numbers
2,000.
work.
2,000.
Okay, there we go. House maximum. You don't get to pay. You don't get to play with casino dollars. All right. Periodic table for 12 for a true daily double. Here's your clue. When a strong, healthy bone is soaked in vinegar, the acetic acid dissolves this key element, atomic number 20. Without it, the bone becomes soft and weak.
What is calcium?
You are correct, and I just want to reiterate that yes, acetic acid was used in an actual Jeopardy clue, which is where I got this from. Seems a little redundant, but okay.
As was not acetic acid.
I'm
The
assuming it
basic
was
acid.
supposed. Oh, I get why. It was supposed to be acetic acid, but the closed captions did it wrong because that was a video clue originally. Had to be. Okay. Well, you double up. You got it right anyway. You're at 4,000. And where do we go next?
Periodic table, 16.
Before I go crazy. God bless this radioactive element, atomic number 95, that was first produced by a team of U.S. chemists in 1944. Peach?
What is americium? Americium.
I'm impressed you got that. I thought for sure someone was going to say Americum, but that is correct.
Periodic table for $2,000.
While working with pitch blende in 1898, the Curies discovered polonium and this other element. Elliott?
What is uranium?
Sorry, that is incorrect. The correct response was radium. All right. One clue left in the category. Are we going there, Peach, or somewhere else?
No, I want to try. It was in an infomercial, 1,200.
Okay. Species confusion, anyone? Despite being a clownfish, Nemo's father in Finding Nemo shares his name with this much larger fish with a spear-like snout. Peach.
What is a marlin?
That is correct.
Infomercial 16.
Flash of lightning in English. This French pastry is filled with cream and topped with a chocolate glaze. Each again.
What's an eclair?
One of my favorites, that is correct.
Infomercial 2000.
A subset of gymnosperms. This scientific group of trees includes pines, spruces, and junipers. Each again.
What is conifer?
He is dialed in on that buzzer today. You are right again.
Infomercial 8.
Combining guitar, singing, dancing, and clapping, this passionate Spanish art form is traditionally associated with the southern region of Andalusia. Elliott.
What is flamenco?
Flamenco is correct.
Infomercial 4.
Finishing that off. With a diving speed of over 200 miles per hour, the peregrine type of this raptor is often called the fastest animal on the planet. Elliott again.
What is a falcon?
Peregrine falcon. Take that, cheetahs.
All right, that periodic table 400.
And rounding that out as well, inhaling some of this second lightest element makes your voice sound all funny. Peach,
What's helium?
can you give me a helium voice?
No, but you can with voice box.
No extra points for you. All right, 4 categories left, completely untouched. Where are we going next?
It was new. It was improved 1200.
This 3-letter dirt track bicycling event was new at the Olympics in 2008. Peach,
What is BMX?
that is correct.
New and improved 16.
In the mid-1800s, Etienne Lenoir made the first commercially successful engine with internal this, and even put it in a car. Elliott,
What is combustion?
internal combustion engine. You got it.
Religion 400.
Jesus let his disciples pick grain on this day of rest, and said it was made for man and not man for it. Sephy,
What is the Sabbath?
Sabbath for man, not man for the Sabbath. You got it, and you're now tied with Elliott for second.
Oh, good. Religion 8.
With the help of the angel Gabriel, this prophet of Islam had his first visions in a cave near Mecca. Peach,
Who is Muhammad?
you got it.
New and improved 8, please.
Big excitement in 1995 when this company launched Windows 95 and the Internet Explorer browser. Wow, very close buzzer race there, Peach.
What is Microsoft?
That is correct.
Religion 1200.
From the Greek for many gods, it's the belief in multiple divine beings as opposed to only one. Elliott,
What is polytheism?
that's it.
I've got to see Elliott's buzzer speed on that one.
0.003, I believe.
Hot damn.
Religion 16.
Also an image that represents a video game player, this Hindu term refers to an animal or human-like incarnation of a god. Elliott,
What is an icon?
no, sorry. Sephy,
What's an avatar?
Avatar, that is it.
Whew. Can't get through these buzzers. 2000 religion.
It's the first time I've seen Sephy struggle with the buzzer at all. A Guji is a high priest of a large shrine in this religion of Japan. Elliott,
What is Shintoism?
Shinto or Shintoism, either way. I hope I didn't say Guji wrong. You got it.
It was new. It was improved. 2000.
Y'all are tied, but for how long? The final daily double of the game. All right, Elliott, you can see the scores. Remember, this is a 2-day total point affair. What would you like to do with this opportunity?
4000.
All right, for 4,000, and it was new, it was improved. Here's your clue. These curiously strong mints were introduced way back in the 1780s to relieve stomach problems.
What are Altoids?
Ah, my grandpa had them with him all the time. Altoids is correct. Well done, you move up to 5 figures.
New and improved 4.
1980s elections led the US to adopt this type of paper ballot so other people don't know who you voted for. Elliott?
What is the secret ballot?
Yeah, no need to overthink it. That's right.
Bodies of water 400.
A land bridge called Alisan separates this corpse-like body of water into a southern basin and a northern basin. Peach.
What's the Dead Sea?
Corpse because it's dead. That is correct.
Reality shows 1200.
We finally get to go there. In 2022, much of the Kardashians' season 2 was about this oldest sister's upcoming wedding. Sephy.
It was Kim.
Sorry, that's not right. Guys, there's only so many left.
I don't know which one.
It was Courtney. I
Okay.
take it that none of you watched that wedding.
No, I didn't
Nope.
watch the show at period.
Me either, don't worry.
I have a deal with the Kardashians. I don't keep up with them. They don't keep up with me.
Good deal.
Not the Joneses, for Pete's sake.
I'll keep up with the Peaches next. Peach, back to you.
1200 bodies of water.
This second longest African river takes its name from a kingdom that once existed near its mouth. No one in for the Congo River. Back to Peach.
Reality shows 16.
See if this goes a little better. An episode of Love After Lockup had the alliterative title From This Type of Offender to Fiancé. Elliott.
What is felon?
Yeah, exactly. Sounds exactly like the kind of person I'd want to date.
Not.
Yeah, no.
Bodies of water
Okay.
800.
This ocean's greatest depth, about 18,000 feet, lies at around 82 degrees north latitude. Sephy.
What's the Arctic Ocean?
Arctic. That the north part was the flu. That's correct.
All right. Bodies water 16.
It's clear that these two categories left reflect a very significant difference in knowledge bases. 1,600 bodies of water.
Yeah, right.
The Gulf of Mannar between India and this island nation is noted for its pearl banks and the sacred shank, a gastropod mollusk. Sephy again.
What are the Maldives?
Sorry, no. Yeah, island, not really islands. It is the teardrop of India, Sri Lanka. All right, one more intelligent clue and 3 more about reality stuff.
Let's do
Sephy?
the water for do the water for
Okay.
2 grand.
Because we all need water. The Strait of Tequina connects the northern and southern parts of this lake in the Andes. Sephy,
What's Lake Titicaca?
thank you for saying that and making me not have to.
Oh,
You
thank
are right.
goodness.
For 2,000.
I kept
All
thinking
right.
this was What the Jeopardy, or Brandon's to parody with that answer.
Yeah, pretty much. let's do the reality for $2,000.
But it was right all along. Contestants are judged on their bladesmithing and weapon making skills on this hot History Channel show. Sephy.
What is Fortune and Fire?
Now that's actually a pretty cool reality show. Good for
I've
2000
seen a few
again.
episodes. Yeah, it's good. 800.
Type of reality that's not overproduced.
Mm-hmm. Rob Frisbee and Brennan Swain traveled 35,000 miles back to where they started to win this show's first $1 million prize. Each.
What is the Amazing Race?
You got it. And now our final clue for 400. Season 21 of this show saw Bindi Irwin win the Mirror Ball Trophy, and her brother Robert is cast to compete on the newest season coming this fall. One last clue for Sephy.
What is Dancing with the Stars?
You got it. And not sponsored, that is actually one that I kind of watch. Blame my mom or credit her, either way. All right. All of you had your buzzer mojo going at one point or another. Elliott got the daily doubles, and that means we have 3 good scores going into Final Jeopardy. Once again, this is a 2-day total point affair, so be sure think about that with your wagers. A lot can also happen in our second game. But for now, let's take a look at the Final Jeopardy category for Game 1, which is Word Origins. A classic category. Y'all can make your wagers. We will be back with Final Jeopardy right after this. Welcome back to Game 1 of our finals here on Jeopardy! We have 3 great players. It's been proven beyond the shadow of a doubt. 3 good scores, and they've all made their wagers based on the category Word Origins. Here is the clue for Game 1. The first form of this word was used in Latin when describing someone of higher rank. It was later used by French explorers in America to refer to an upper lake. 30 seconds, everyone. Good luck. All right. Wagers are in, answers are in. Let's see who will have the advantage going into our final game. We'll start with Sephy, last year's champion, in third place with 8,800 today. What did you write down? You said, what is superior? Let's hope this score will keep me in contention. Okay. Well, it starts by getting it correct.
Good.
And superior, as in Lake Superior, would be a very good upper lake, considering it's the highest in elevation of the Great Lakes, and it's the farthest north. And Superior is the correct response. Well done.
Thank you.
Your wager, 5,000, takes you up to 13,800. Will that be enough to stay in reasonable contention? We'll have to find out. Elliott, 12,400. The Daily Doubles smiled upon you in Double Jeopardy today. What did you put? What the heck is superior? Well,
It's a question.
that is a question, and you are correct. It is totally acceptable. Your wager, 7,200, went a little bit bigger. It takes you up to 19,600, and currently that is enough for the lead. Peach, plums. You did not find. Well, no, that's not true. You found a daily double and wagered less than the clue value, and still had a commanding lead at 18,000. However, how did things go for you in final? What did you put? You said, what is majority? Thinking perhaps of major, someone of higher rank. Good guess, but
Sometimes when I have
unfortunately,
answers, they just cannot leave my head. They just get wedged in there.
yeah, same with Wheel of Fortune and the bonus puzzle sometimes too. What
That's
was
true.
your wager? What will it cost you? Absolutely nothing. All right, so far you've played 2 games and have wagered no money at all in Final Jeopardy, and it's working out for you somewhat. All right, Sephy at 13,800, Peach at 18,000, Elliott with the lead, and once again, first pick in the final game at 19,600. Remember these scores, we will erase them at the start of the final game, add them back to whatever these contestants earn in that game to determine our $100,000 champion. Some extra information. This is one of my personal favorite Final Jeopardies because I found it myself when assembling some shelves in my basement. Found out that superior is Spanish for upper, and then looked into it more, found the Latin root and the French usage of it as well.
Cool.
Also, a shout out to my friends Thomas, William, and Charlotte, 3 younger Jeopardy fans, and continuing the love of trivia to the next generation. Very happy, and hello to all of you. Next time, we will end our season Crown a Champion. I hope you will be there for it. We're very honored to have 3 great players to make such entertaining content. And who knows, maybe Jeopardy Masters in the future. But for now, I'm Professor CC19. Please like and subscribe and tune in for the finals coming very soon. Have a great day, everyone, and bye for now.